Ladies and gentlemen. The start of every week is not just a new block of time, it's a new opportunity, a blank slate waiting to be filled by your intention. But if we approach the days ahead unconsciously, tethered to old thoughts, feelings, and habits, we will only recreate the past. If we want to experience a different week, one filled with growth, success, and breakthroughs, we need to become different from the version of ourselves that has been living on autopilot. The change begins before the week even starts. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take contributes to the reality you experience. But here's the secret: most of us think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and perform the same actions day after day. And what does that do? It wires our brains into predictable patterns and emotional loops, making it nearly impossible to experience something new. So before the week begins, stop, pause, reset yourself. You must consciously design who you want to be, what you want to experience, and what energy you want to carry into the days ahead. This requires becoming aware of where your attention is going, releasing the old, and creating space for something new. This process is not just mental, it is emotional, energetic, and intentional. And when done correctly, it can transform your entire experience. We often carry unresolved thoughts, frustrations, or regrets from the previous week into the new one. Before you embark on your next journey, take a moment to clear the noise from your mind. If you begin a new week with the clutter of the past, you are simply dragging the same baggage into a new container of time. Close your eyes and become aware of what thoughts are repeating. Notice the mental chatter that keeps pulling you into stories about what happened, what should have been, or what might go wrong in the future. You don't need to fight these thoughts, just observe them. The moment you observe your thoughts without becoming attached to them, you begin to separate yourself from the old mind. You become the conscious observer, and that is where change begins. Once your mind begins to quiet down, set your intention. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be this week? What experiences do I want to attract? What energy do I want to embody? Don't just answer these questions with words, feel the answers in your body. The clearer and more intentional you become about your desired state, the more your brain and body begin to align with that vision. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances, you are actively choosing how you want to show up. You cannot create a new experience from a place of emotional resistance. If you are still carrying stress, resentment, frustration, or guilt from the previous week, those emotions will contaminate your present moment and limit your ability to move forward. Before the week begins, dedicate some time to releasing any emotions that no longer serve you. Sit quietly and bring your attention to your heart. What emotions are you still holding on to? Maybe someone upset you, or perhaps you're disappointed with yourself for not meeting your goals. Whatever it is, feel it fully for a moment without judgment. Don't try to push it away, acknowledge it. Then breathe deeply and consciously release it. With every exhale, imagine those emotions dissolving, fading into nothingness. Let them go, not because they didn't matter, but because they no longer belong in the new space you are creating. As you release the emotional baggage, you create room for new emotions, emotions that align with the future you desire. Feel gratitude for the opportunity to reset. Feel peace knowing that every moment is an invitation to start fresh. Once you've cleared the mental and emotional clutter, it's time to step into creation mode. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. By visualizing the kind of week you want to have, you are literally rewiring your brain to align with that reality. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and picture yourself living your ideal week. See yourself waking up energized, feeling motivated, and moving through each day with purpose and clarity. Visualize the moments when you handle challenges with grace and ease. Imagine yourself staying focused, productive, and aligned with your goals. Feel the emotions associated with each experience, whether it's joy, confidence, peace, or fulfillment. As you continue to visualize, allow your senses to engage. What do you hear in this future reality? What do you see, smell, or touch? The more vivid the imagery, the more powerful the effect on your brain and body. You are training yourself to become the version of you that already exists in the future. And when your mind rehearses success, it becomes easier to act in alignment with that version throughout the week. It's not enough to think about what you want to achieve this week, you must feel it. Emotions are the language of the body, and they send powerful signals to your brain, shaping your thoughts and actions. If you want to attract positive experiences, you need to embody the emotional state that matches those experiences. Think about the emotions you want to feel during the week. Do you want to feel inspired, confident, peaceful, energized? Don't wait for these emotions to come from external events, generate them now. Place your hand on your heart, breathe deeply, and summon those feelings. Imagine that every breath you take is filling your body with the energy of joy, excitement, or gratitude. Feel it expanding from your heart, radiating throughout your body and out into the space around you. The more you practice feeling these elevated emotions, the more your body will remember them. And when your emotional state matches your desired future, you become a magnet for experiences that align with that state. All the intentions, visualizations, and emotions in the world mean little if they are not followed by conscious action. Your actions throughout the week are the bridge between your vision and your reality. But these actions must come from a place of alignment. They should reflect the version of you that you visualized in your mind. Ask yourself, what actions will I take this week to align with my vision? Write down specific steps you can take each day that will move you closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. Sometimes the smallest actions taken with intention can create the biggest shifts. But here's the key throughout the week: stay aware of your state of being. If you notice yourself slipping back into old patterns of thought or behavior, don't judge yourself. Simply pause, breathe, and remind yourself of the future you are creating. Each moment is an opportunity to realign with your intention. The more you practice this, the more natural it will become. The final step before the week begins is to surrender. You have set your intentions, release the old, visualize your future, and committed to conscious action. Now trust the process. Trust that life will respond to the energy you are putting out. Trust that the challenges you face are opportunities for growth. Trust that you are becoming the person you are meant to be, one moment at a time. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to control every detail. It means staying open to possibilities that are beyond your current understanding. When you surrender, you allow life to flow through you, guiding you toward experiences that align with your highest potential. So as the new week approaches, take a deep breath and smile. You have done the inner work. You are ready to step into the week with clarity, purpose, and intention. No matter what happens, you know that you are the creator of your reality. And every thought, every emotion, and every action you take is a step toward the future you are building. This is your week. This is your time. You are ready. To fully step into the potential of each week, you must understand that the way you begin is more than just a preparation. It is a declaration of who you intend to become. Every week is an opportunity to break the cycle of who you've been and consciously evolve into the version of yourself you are destined to be. If you don't take the time to mentally and emotionally prepare, you'll find yourself falling back into familiar routines. And familiarity is the enemy of growth. What you think, feel, and do repeatedly creates the lens through which you experience your life. So if you want a new outcome this week, you must change what you bring into it, starting with your internal state. Most people live by habits, mental, emotional, and behavioral patterns that play out automatically. This makes sense. The brain and body work efficiently by memorizing routines to conserve energy. But efficiency can also be limiting. If your thoughts, feelings, and actions remain the same week after week, your life will follow suit. If you wake up every Monday with the same worries, respond to stress in the same way, and carry the same emotional patterns as before, the new week becomes a repetition of the last. This is why transformation begins before the week starts, by setting a clear intention and shifting into a new state of being. In the present moment, you have the power to disconnect from the past. The brain cannot tell the difference between a memory that happened years ago and a thought you're dwelling on right now. If you revisit old frustrations, your body reacts as if they are happening all over again. The same stress chemicals are released, the same emotional responses are triggered, and before you know it, you are living in the past without even realizing it. Carry that emotional residue into the week ahead, and you'll find yourself reacting to life rather than creating it. But if you learn to interrupt these patterns, you break free from the cycle of unconscious living and move into conscious creation. The key is learning how to become aware of what you are bringing into the moment. What thoughts do you keep returning to? What emotional states are you habitually living in? Awareness is the first step to change, because you cannot change what you do not observe. When you begin noticing your internal patterns, you step into the role of the observer, someone who can watch the thoughts and emotions play out without becoming lost in them. And the moment you become the observer, you are no longer at the mercy of your programming. You are free to choose something different. Once you have observed the thoughts and emotions that no longer serve you, the next step is letting them go. Letting go is not about suppressing or ignoring difficult emotions. It's about acknowledging them fully, understanding where they come from, and then consciously choosing to release them. It's about saying to yourself, this feeling has had its time. It has taught me what I needed to learn. Now I let it go. This is a powerful practice. When you stop identifying with old emotions, you free yourself from the past. And when you are free from the past, you are open to the future. Letting go creates a space of vacuum where something new can emerge. If you want to experience joy, confidence, and peace this week, you must create the conditions for those emotions to arise. But new emotions don't come from waiting for external events to change. They come from generating them within yourself. You must become the source of the energy you want to feel. This is why visualization is so important. When you vividly imagine the kind of week you want to have, you begin aligning your brain and body with that reality. You are no longer reacting to life, you are creating a blueprint for how you intend to experience it. Your brain begins to fire in new patterns, laying down the neural groundwork for that future reality. Your body responds by generating the emotions associated with those experiences, training you to feel as though your desired outcome is already happening. This is not wishful thinking, this is mental rehearsal, a way of pre-programming yourself for the week you want to create. The key to effective visualization is to go beyond the mental images and engage your emotions. It's not just about seeing yourself succeed or feeling peaceful, it's about living those moments in your imagination as if they are happening right now. When you feel the emotions of your future experience in the present moment, your brain and body begin to believe that future is already real. And when you consistently think and feel in alignment with your desired future, you attract the conditions that match that state of being. Your energy, your emotional and mental state acts as a signal that draws corresponding experiences to you. If you want to attract new opportunities this week, you must embody the emotions that align with those opportunities. If you want more joy, gratitude, and success, you must first generate those feelings within yourself. Waiting for external circumstances to make you feel good puts you in a state of dependency. Instead, take ownership of your internal state. Become the creator of your emotional experience, not the victim of it. But visualization alone is not enough. Your thoughts and emotions must be followed by conscious action. Too often, people set intentions but fail to align their actions with those intentions. They fall back into old habits, waiting for motivation or inspiration to strike before they act. This week, commit to being different. Align your actions with the future you want to create, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Take small steps each day toward your vision. Let your behavior reflect the person you are becoming, not the person you have been. Every action you take, no matter how small, reinforces the new version of yourself. Each time you act in alignment with your vision, you send a powerful message to your brain and body: this is who I am now. And the more you embody this new identity, the more natural it becomes. Your brain begins to wire new pathways, and your body starts to memorize the new emotional states. Soon, what once felt unfamiliar becomes second nature. You are no longer forcing yourself to change, you are simply living as the person you have chosen to be. There will be moments this week when challenges arise, moments that test your commitment to change. When these moments come, remind yourself that they are not obstacles, they are opportunities. They are invitations for you to practice being the version of yourself that you visualized. Life is not testing you, it is offering you a chance to become the person you've been preparing to be. In these moments, pause, breathe. Remember the future you are creating. Choose your response consciously, knowing that every thought, emotion, and action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Even if you falter, even if you momentarily slip back into old patterns, know that you can always realign. Each moment is a new beginning. Each breath is a chance to return to your intention. Trust the process. Transformation doesn't happen all at once, it unfolds in moments when you choose to think, feel, and act differently than you have before. Each choice builds momentum. Each conscious action brings you closer to your desired reality. The results may not appear immediately, but they are unfolding beneath the surface. Trust that the seeds you plant today will bloom in time. Surrender to the flow of life, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You have done the inner work. You have set your intentions, visualized your future, and committed to conscious action. Now release the need to control every outcome. Let life surprise you. Stay open to possibilities you haven't yet imagined. The universe responds to the energy you put out, often in ways that are beyond your comprehension. When you trust the process, you move from a state of effort to a state of flow. You no longer force outcomes, you allow them to unfold naturally. And in that state of flow, you experience the magic of alignment, the feeling that life is working with you, not against you. This is the power of beginning your week intentionally. This is the power of becoming the conscious creator of your experience. So as you stand at the threshold of a new week, take a moment to breathe deeply and smile. You are ready. You have the tools, the intention, and the vision to create something extraordinary. No matter what the week brings, you know that you have the power to choose your thoughts, generate your emotions, and take conscious action. You are no longer a bystander in your life, you are the architect of it. This is your week. This is your time. Now go and create the extraordinary. As you step into the week ahead, recognize that you are not limited by the circumstances around you or by the events that have shaped you in the past. You are limitless potential wrapped in human form, with the power to create anew each moment you become conscious. The reality you desire is not something waiting to happen, it's a state of being you can cultivate right now. When you begin to see yourself as the source of your own transformation, you'll no longer wait for life to change before you do. Instead, you'll change first, and life will rearrange itself to meet you at the level of your new energy. Every thought, every feeling, and every choice carries energy that radiates beyond you. This is why the way you show up each day matters. It doesn't just shape your personal experience, but also influences the field of possibilities around you. When you carry the frequency of confidence, joy, and gratitude into the week, you'll begin to notice people, opportunities, and events aligning with that same energy. But it's not magic, it's coherence. The thoughts in your mind and the feelings in your heart work in harmony to attract what matches your state of being. When you are in alignment, you don't chase life, you magnetize it. The most powerful moments in life are often the simplest ones, those quiet moments when you choose to think differently, feel differently, and act differently than you ever have before. In these moments, you are literally rewiring your brain, retraining your emotional body, and shifting your energy toward a new destiny. Every time you choose to rise above an old trigger, forgive where you once held resentment, or express gratitude instead of frustration, you change the trajectory of your future. The new week is a blank canvas, and every thought and action is a brushstroke painting the masterpiece of your life. It is in these small, conscious moments that you tap into the infinite creative power within you. No matter what challenges come your way, you now have the awareness to respond with grace and presence. You are no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You are the force that is shaping your reality with intention. And as you continue to align your mind, emotions, and actions, you step into a state where the extraordinary becomes the norm. The truth is, there is nothing you cannot become, do, or experience. You hold the pen, and this week is yours to write. So step boldly into the unknown, fully trusting the power you carry. Feel it now. Embody it. Act from it. You are not merely hoping for a better week, you are consciously creating it. And when you live from this space, life begins to unfold in ways far greater than you ever imagined. This is your moment. This is your time. Step forward, not as the person you've been, but as the person you've chosen to become. The energy you send out will return to you tenfold, and the future you've envisioned is already on its way. So go ahead, start now. Create the extraordinary, and watch the week ahead transform before your very eyes.